today we're really going to look at what it's going to take to shift, and it's perfect because I actually just finished my Thinking into New Results coaching call at 11 a.m. Every Tuesday, our coaching call is at 11 a.m. And I was just talking about change and the paradigm shift and what it looks like to really step into that next version of yourself and conquer the terror barrier. And Simone actually said, what a great startup, to have just taught that for the last hour and then to be able to come on and share it with you. So we really do, as a community, live what I'm about to teach you. I live it every single day. So I'm not just teaching you this in theory. This is something that I do every day and that we work with our clients every single day to help them really create that succession of you, that next version of you. So that's what we're going to do here today. You'll be able to access this recording in the Facebook group, the Succession of You Facebook group. It's yours to use this week, to share, to have those breakthroughs, to ask questions. I'm in there. My whole team is in there. We're busy still getting everybody else in there that's registered, but they'll be in there soon as well. And you'll also be able to access the recordings in there too. A little bit of an overview of what this week is going to look like. Today, we're going to really focus on identifying where you're at now. Your mind is a problem. Your mind naturally wants to solve problems. And how we do that over the course of the next 3 days is spend the first day looking at where you're at now. And we're going to look at where the paradigm is at now. And I'll teach you all about that. If that's a new word for you, that's fine. I will teach you about how to identify what your paradigms are, where you're at now, what's causing you to be stuck or having plateaued. Remembering that you don't have to be sick to want to get better or do better or earn more money or create change. Most of the clients that we attract are successful, high achievers. They've got a lot going on, but they too still want to find their next level. So you're absolutely in the right place if you can relate to that. You might want to earn more money. You might want to pivot in your career. You might want more free time to spend with your family. You might want an entirely new lifestyle. Today, day one is really going to help you identify where you're at now, because that's actually the problem. Where you're at now is the problem. Most people think, is it the goal, or I don't know where I want to get to, but it's actually where you're at now because we're creatures of habit. So the second that we start to think about creating some growth or change or new goals for ourselves, we get very stuck in our habitual way of operating. So, but that's all going to change over the next 3 days. Just do exactly what I tell you to do, not half, not 3/4, and I guarantee the next 3 days will be 3 days to changing the course of the rest of your life. So today we're going to look at the problem. So if you go to page 3, we're going to look at the problem. Then tomorrow we're going to start to look at the dream, what the dream could look like for you, what the C-type goal is. Most people fail at achieving their goals because they never set the right kind of goals. They never go after what they really want, what they really want. And so tomorrow that's all going to change. I'm really going to take the lid off it, help you to take the lid off your own life, help you to think outside the square, outside the box. And help you to make a quantum leap. So, and then day 3, we're going to look at the plan, how to actually turn this into reality and give you a step-by-step plan to follow. That is actually this masterclass, this framework is the most brain-friendly, mind-friendly masterclass for you, because we're going to work naturally with the way your mind likes to work. Identify a problem, figure out what the solution is, and take the next step and execute the plan. So that's what we're going to do over the next 3 days. On day 3, you're also going to hear from some very special guests who have done this, who have decided to succeed themselves, to go to that next level, to create a succession plan and act on it. These are clients and past clients of mine who are doing this every single day, and I've invited some of them back to join us on day 3. So you're going to get real life personal insights beyond just hearing about me talk about it on day 3. So I'm really excited for that. Day 3 actually is going to go a little bit later than 60 minutes. It'll be about a 75 to 85 minute call, because one of our special guests can only join us at 1 p.m. And I don't want you to miss out on hearing his story. It's absolutely phenomenal. His story of the succession of you And you're going to hear from him on Thursday, along with a number of other clients of mine. And then there will be a day 4 bonus day, and I will let you know on day 3 how you can access day 4. So you can cross that bridge when we get to it on day 3. The workbook. Now, if you actually, I might be able to upload the workbook here for you straight away. So if you don't have the workbook yet, I'm just going to pop it in the chat for you to download so you can follow along. It was also email. It's also in the Facebook group. Sorry, it's in the Succession of You Facebook group, and you can download it from there. But if you are looking for a copy of that, I have just put it in the chat right now today. My team will monitor the chat here on Zoom and in the Facebook group. So if you have questions as we go through, just put it in the chat and we'll help you out as we go. All right, who is ready to get into day 1? Write me a big yes in the chat if you're ready for this, if you're ready for the Succession of You, ready to discover what your next level is going to look like. Awesome. So good. Write me a yes in the chat. Let's go. That sounds great. All right, so I'm going to go back to the start and just share a little bit of what I wrote here for you. Like you, I've accomplished great success, but I also understand how it feels to have tried in the past and failed at achieving some of the things I wanted. I too have been frustrated by past results that were less than what I knew I could accomplish. I have felt stuck and not sure what to do next. I distinctly recall being in a hotel room in the Middle East. It was 2013. You know, I just launched my book. I was an international published author. I was invited to speak on the stage in the Middle East. And I too still found myself in a hotel room in the Middle East thinking, is this as good as it gets? I just felt like I'd been on this roller coaster and lost my sense of who I was as Karen Brook. Was I the brand? Was I the business? Was I, you know, who was I? What did I want next? Was this as good as it gets? Turns out, no, it can get a whole lot better. Even when you're doing really well, it really can get a whole lot better. So I did feel very stuck. I felt very lonely. I felt very lost. You may or may not be experiencing a range of those emotions. It doesn't matter. You've been attracted here for a reason, and this is perfect for you right now. So I have spent, when I found this formula, when I found the answer for really creating permanent and positive change, like real genuine positive change. You know, I think sometimes we do courses and we do programs and we bounce around the internet from one YouTube video to one personal development book, and none of it really cuts through. Would you agree with me? Like, we get a little bit of a benefit, we get a little bit of a shift, but when I got this, it really cut through. And I've spent the best part of the last 8 years helping hundreds upon hundreds of people all around the world understand this too. And it just gets better and better and better. So I now really help you discover your next level. That's what I do now. Whether you want to earn more money, earn the income that you truly desire, attract the work and the clients that you really want. You could do it while you're working less with a better lifestyle. Whatever it is that you really want, make a choice right now today that you're going to open yourself up for this and you're going to do this, that you're going to stop bouncing around the internet from one thing to another, that you're going to draw a line in the sand this week and you're really going to commit and you're going to lock in and you're going to get this too. The second I made the choice and I learned this, and I continue every day to get better and better at teaching you so you can experience the benefits too. My life has never been the same. I've earned millions of dollars. It didn't occur to me until recently when I look back how long I've been doing this for. And actually, you know, the benefits to myself, to my clients have increased their income by millions of dollars. The flow-on effect of understanding this and applying it to your own life truly changes every single life that you come in contact with. I've done it all while becoming a CEO of an international company, getting married. I've got 2 small children, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I'm a pilot. I travel, well, pre-COVID. And so I don't just know this in theory to teach it. I actually have lived and executed this over the last 8 years to create profound and deep transformation, a true paradigm shift year on, year out. And that's what I'm going to teach you how to do. How to do it in a way that is easy, that is effortless, that allows you to earn what you really want, create the time freedom that you really want. If you're on our last masterclass, we focused a lot around money, around turning your annual income into your monthly income. This masterclass, we're really going to look at what that next level could look like for you. Is it more money? Is it more free time? Is it a different job? Is it starting a new business? And what it's going to take to bring that to life, to turn that into results. The truth is, success is not a secret, it's a system. It's a system. And when you follow the system, when you do what I tell you to do, when you engage a coach or mentor, when you're willing to make a committed decision and invest time and money in yourself and allow yourself to be guided, you collapse time. Success is a system, and I'm going to share that system, that formula with you over the next 3 days. And if you're wise, you'll make a decision and you'll work with me and you'll get it for the rest of your life as well. All right, let's get straight into it. We've spoken about how your life is going to change over the next 3 days. Day one, we're going to look at where you are now. I'm going to really get you to have an honest look about where you're at and what results you want to improve or change, remembering that you don't have to be sick to want to do better. You don't have to be broke to want to earn more money. Truly, at this very second in time, give yourself permission, consent, and allow yourself to discover the next level for you. I promise you it is there, but it is so blocked right now with limitations, with perceptions, with other people's opinions, with social conditions, that you're not really letting your light shine. And for you to create this next level of freedom, you're going to have to step out of the own shadow of your own making and really allow yourself to step into the light. So we're going to have a look today around where you're at now, because that is really the problem. And we're going to start to get you really focused. We're going to get you stopping, bouncing around the internet from one thing to another thing for nothing for the next 3 days, for the next 6 months. I don't want you to do anything else except what I tell you to do. Winners don't need to be motivated. They need to be disciplined. You need to be disciplined and focused in a certain way, not in a haphazard way, which is what we've created now in this microeconomy of personal development. People with one personal development book and then the friends watching another YouTube video, and then you do another short course and another free masterclass, filling yourself with all of this information, more knowledge, but it's not really cutting through. It's not creating the change that you really want. That stops this week. I want you to really focus in with this. Then we're going to get you to really stretch into the dream, and I'm going to give you lots of ideas and lots of ways to really stretch your thinking. It might feel a little challenging when you think, when you are actually exercising your reasoning faculty and your imagination. It's like exercising a muscle that you haven't necessarily used that constructively and effectively. So it might feel like a little bit of a challenge in the beginning, but I promise you, if you persist with this, you will have those breakthroughs and the desires around the changes that you want to make. And then on day 3, I'm going to give you the most simple plan you can execute, you can make a decision on, that is going to set you up for such extraordinary success, not in theory, but in lived real results. How do I know that? Because I've done it. How do I know it works? Because I've coached hundreds upon hundreds of other people to also create this profound, permanent, positive change where your life just can continue to get better and better. All right, take out the next page on your commitment, and I'm going to ask you to sign for, this is between you and you. You're going to make a committed decision today to embrace this 3-day masterclass with me. You know, and it says, I know I've been attracted here at this time for a reason. I will no longer allow my past paradigms to hold me back or limit who I can become next. I know that my thoughts become things, and that to change my future, I have to change my mind first. I will keep an open heart, allowing myself the best energy and the self-confidence to act on any impulses and ideas that come my way during this time. I am committed. I want you to sign, and I want you to date that. That is an agreement between you and you. Consider it an agreement between you and you, and write me done in the chat when you are committed and you have signed that. Excellent. Done, 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 done. Amazing. Janine, I have put the PDF in this chat for you. If you just scroll up, you'll see the PDF there, or maybe Elizabeth, you can email it to her, please. Amazing. All right. So good. I am committed. I love that. Write me a done in the chat when you're done. I hope you got the memo that I make you work in these masterclasses. It might be free, but we have to value the things that we get for free and do the work. We set it up now. All right, amazing. Well done, Claire. Great work, Fiona, Sue, Jackie, everyone. I'm done. Excellent. I suggest that you read that morning and night. You're going to need to remind yourself of this as the days go on, because I promise you, you're going to hit the terror barrier. That paradigm is going to kick in, but you're in the right space. So stay committed with this. Keep showing up even when you don't want to. Embrace those decisions. Embrace the possibility that is here for you right now, because this is a moment in time that you will look back on and you will say, Tuesday, the 14th of June was the day my life changed forever. All right, let's go. The invisible side of success. Now, if you pull out this sheet, we're going to fill this in together, and I'm going to share with you, maybe for the first time in your life, who you really are. You are not your body, and you are not your name. You are not your size 12 jeans or your size 16 shirt. You are a spiritual being. You are infinite. You are ethereal. You are magnificent. You are magic. That's who you really are. You have infinite possibilities to create any life of freedom that you really want. The bullshit stories you've been telling yourself or other people have been telling you about your potential, about what you can earn, about the sort of business you can have, the career you can create, is just that. It is BS. And that stops today. You step out of the shadow and into the light. You are a spiritual being. You are infinite. That is what I want you to write at number 1, spiritual. Top of that page. At the highest, most magnificent level, you are pure, positive source energy. You are a spiritual being. Now, you then have a mind. You have the ability to think and control that energy, move it into form, to manifest something with it. So the next level that you start to create at is a mind level. And that goes at number 2. You are a spiritual being gifted with a mind, an intellect, the ability to think. And you can think anything that you want to think. The problem is you've been thinking habitual thoughts. You've been thinking thoughts about past results, about current circumstances. You've been thinking thoughts that are just not true in terms of your limitations, in terms of what you can do and who you can be. Quite frankly, I'm not interested in motivating you or inspiring you. I just want to wake you up to your possibility of your own life. So you are a spiritual being gifted with a mind. You have emotions, feelings. This is the subconscious mind. So at the 3rd level, which is still the invisible, which is still in the non-physical, the invisible side of success is the emotional side of who you are, your subconscious mind. Now, this is your powerhouse. This is the subconscious mind will do all the heavy lifting for you. 96 to 98% of the way you operate comes from the subconscious mind. You are a creature of habit. The amount of money that you earn, the job that you have, the relationships, your health, all of it is a product of what is going on in your subconscious mind. But I can teach you. And when you learn this, When I teach you this, you can start to create life on your terms, earning what you want, working how you want, with the lifestyle that you want, with the time freedom that you want. You change at a deep subconscious level. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. And then you have the physical side of who you are, the physical side of life, the physical side, the body, your results, the conditions, the circumstances. The non-physical manifests the physical. I want you to remember that. 3 parts non-physical: spirit, mind, emotions, produce the physical side of life. As you transform from within, as you direct the energy in a new way, you begin to create new physical circumstances, new physical results. Success is not a secret, it's a system. And when I teach you the system, when you learn the formula, you win every day of the week. Okay, so let's get into it now. So why do so many people know how to do better, but they're not doing it better? Why are so many people creating results that they don't love, or that they want to change, or they want to improve, and despite the amount of knowledge and intellect they have, they continue to get the same results year on, year out? Just take a look at your life. Have a look at the last year, the last 2, the last 3 years. Have a look at the amount of money that you've been earning. Have a look at the relationships that you've got. Have a look at your career, your job. I guarantee, without a shadow of a doubt, that this time next year and the year after and the year after, it will be exactly the same, if not worse, unless you decide to change the paradigm, because you are a creature of the mental program at a subconscious level. So that should excite and motivate you at the same time, because what I'm about to teach you in this masterclass and over the next 6 months is going to teach you how to upgrade and change those paradigms so that you can start to create more of what you want. It's a little bit like the old computer that can't quite give you the results that you want, but you know it so well, you'd not that readily want to upgrade the computer. Has anyone ever been there before? Yeah. And so you know that the computer can't really give you what you really want anymore, but you know it so well, you're so faithful to this old computer, you'll just stick with it and you'll settle for the results that that computer can give you. When actually, there's a beautiful new computer that runs faster, that can earn you more money, that's easier to use. You just have to decide to buy it, install the new computer, learn how to use all the programs on the new computer, and now you can output results that are far better, more effective, more productive in an easier, shorter amount of time. That's what we talk about when we talk about creating the paradigm shift. That's what I teach you how to do, how to really upgrade and create change at that deep subconscious level and really change the paradigm. The gap between where you are now and where you really want to be is caused by the paradigm. And until you learn to change the paradigm, until I teach you how to change the paradigm, you'll continue to create results in the same way you've always created results. It's false thinking. It's ignorant thinking to think that it'll be different in 6 months or 12 months from now, unless you change the paradigm. You won't just have more money. More time won't just get lucky and come by your way. Better relationships. You have to decide to write the new programming, the new story, and learn how to install that so that you can create the results that you want. And that's what I'm here to teach you how to do. That's what I'm here to open your mind to the possibilities over the next 3 days of what life could look like if you really got into this. So I want to share with you a beautiful reading from my mentor, Bob Proctor, about paradigms. And we're just going to go through a couple of paragraphs. You can read the rest of it as homework, but I really want you to study this. And I really want you to think about what this could mean for your life. Like I say, I'm just going to go through a couple of paragraphs with you today. But Bob Proctor, my mentor, bless him, passed away earlier this year. But he taught me something that I have never heard anyone else in the world ever teach, how to really create this targeted paradigm shift. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people pretend to teach it, but it's very complicated. And it's something that they're not able to do over and over again. But what I'm going to teach you is what Bob has taught me about continually upgrading my paradigms, how to continue to earn more, work easier, create better relationships, have a better lifestyle, lift the lid on the possibilities and turn it into results. Because isn't that what you all want? You actually want to see tangible changes, real life shifts, and feel like you're in control of it. None of you fear change, but you fear not being in control of the change. That's what terrifies you. But what I'll teach you over the next 3 days and over the next 6 months is how you can be in control of creating that change for yourself, where you feel in control of installing the new program, of learning to use it, of creating the better results. Do you know that despite the idea that some people would like to double or triple their income, and when they think about that lifestyle, the actual idea of doubling or tripling their income also terrifies them at the same time? Do you want to know why? Because they have learned to live a certain lifestyle, a certain way of life at their current income. And the doubling or the tripling of the income is new and different, and we fear things that are new and different unless you are in control of creating the change. Does that make sense? Write me a yes in the chat. So you tend to self-sabotage. You tend to hold yourself back from opportunities. You make up excuses. You make up reasons why it's not the right time, or you can't afford it, or it's not right for you right now, to hold yourself back, because the idea of actually achieving what you really want or creating the change that you really want, whilst it excites you, it terrifies you at the same time. But that's why I'm here, to help you understand, to hold your hand as you step through that terror barrier, so that you don't live a limited lifestyle anymore. Irrespective of the phenomenal results you have created up until yesterday, you are still capable of an infinite level of success. The experts agree that probably you're capable of doing 10 times as well as you've been presently doing. Regardless of how successful you have been up until yesterday, you could still be doing 10 times as well. And so I'm here over the next 3 days as your mentor and coach, and for the next 6 months to really show you, help you, step you through a process, a formula, a plan that takes all the guesswork out of creating a paradigm shift, so that you can start to create exactly what you really want. All right, let's take a look at the first couple of paragraphs here if you'd like to follow along. Paradigms by Bob Proctor. No more effort or energy is required to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity than is required to accept misery and poverty. You may even be aware of someone who has experienced a dramatic increase to their income, seeing them go from $40,000 or $50,000 a year to $40,000 or $50,000 a month. This is what my clients do. Or they might go from earning, $100,000, $200,000 a year. Now they earn that working 3 to 4 days a week. That's also a paradigm shift. If you want a quantum leap of this nature to take place, you can be assured that a serious paradigm shift has to be made. Paradigms, what are they? Is it a buzzword for the information age? Well, it may well be a buzzword, but it's one to be seriously considered. If you're like most people, paradigms very likely are controlling every move you make. So what are paradigms, and why should you be concerned about how they affect your everyday life? Paradigms are a multitude of habits. In most cases, these habits aren't even originated by you. They were passed down to you by your parents, by your school teachers, by your aunts and uncles, by your ancestral paradigms, your ancestors. Yet they guide almost every move you make. Paradigms affect the way you eat, the way you walk, even the way you talk. When you understand how to change your paradigm, you will expose yourself to a brand new world of power, possibility, and promise. I want to pause there. I want you to study the rest of that article as homework tonight. Paradigms, think about it. Have you ever thought about how results are created? How you're creating the current results in your life? It's because of your paradigms. Your paradigm is in your subconscious mind, your emotional mind, and it conditions you to operate in a certain way. It controls how much money you earn, your ability to earn money, There's 7 main areas that paradigms control and influence. 1 is your ability to earn money. 2 is your use of time. 3 is your logic. 4 is your productivity. 5 is your relationships. 6 is your effectiveness. Paradigms control virtually every area of your life. And without question, the most powerful and important paradigm that you have at play in your life right now is your self-image paradigm. Your self-image paradigm is controlling everything about your life. The sort of work you're attracting, how much money you're earning, the relationships that you have, how you walk, how you talk, how you dress, how you sell, how you love, everything is controlled ultimately by your self-image paradigm. Now, what I need to teach you how to do is how to target specific paradigm shifts that have you upgrading your self-image paradigm so that you can really live that next version, really discover and turn into results the next level of financial and lifestyle freedom that you want. This is why so many family businesses, so many corporations, so many roles have so much trouble with succession planning, is because they don't know how to change the paradigm. They don't know how to change the self-image paradigm, how to really embrace that next version of themselves. They've got everything in the wrong sequence. But I teach you how to change that, how to bring order to a seemingly challenging, scary, exciting, liberating time of your life in really looking at the succession of you. And you're not too old for this and you are not too young for this. We should always be succeeding the old version of ourselves. We should always be grateful for who he was or who she was up until yesterday, and then consent and give ourselves permission to succeed ourselves and to grow and step into the next version of ourselves. But to do that, you have to learn to change the paradigm. See, most people think that it's about the goal. I've got to set a new goal. I've got to set a different goal. I've got to set a better goal. I've got to get more information. Then I'll be successful. Then I'll have more time. Then I'll have more money. Then the world will be different. But actually, the problem is where you are right now. The problem is the way you're currently creating results. The problem is the paradigm. It's where you are now. It's the habitual way of operating, and we don't readily want to change. You've spent 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years learning to be you. Agreed? You have. You've put a lot of effort into learning to be you. You know how to walk, talk, speak, earn, create, do business the way you've always done it. So even though you have goals, even though you have dreams, you are in a comfort zone of status quo, of homeostasis. But in order to succeed, to create the income that you want, the sales, the new clients, the new career, the work, the business, I need to teach you how to change the paradigm, how to build that next self-image, make that paradigm shift to a new operating system, a new set of rules. And the truth is that you can create any kind of rules for your work and your life. You have the possibility of one life. You may as well live it the way you really want it to be. All right, turn over now to the page that says the problem is where you are now. And I'm going to put you to work for 5 minutes, thereabouts. And I want you to, in as much detail as possible, I want you to lovingly look upon your current results and document them. It's like data analysis. I want you to look, when I said success is not a secret, it's a system, it's a scientific process of working with the mind and the universal laws and the physical environment to create the change that you want. So we need to see where we're at. The goal at this point is not important. We need to know what is our base program, what is the foundation, where are you at right now? So I want you to take 5 minutes and I want you to journal on this page and the next in as much detail as possible. I want you to describe your life as it is now, any major concerns or problems or challenges that you might have, any results that you're creating that you want to make better results, how much money you're earning, what does your work week look like, what sort of relationships have you got. Even your relationship with yourself is the first and foremost most important relationship we have to improve. So I want you to just take a look now. This is very important. Do not skip. If you're on the recording, do not skip this step. You'll want to skip this step because the paradigm says, oh, don't look at me. I'm not that important. Focus on the goal. Don't look at where, or part of the self-sabotaging. So it's really important to do this work and to take a look at where you're at right now in as much detail as possible with loving energy, with love for who you have become up until yesterday. Today is a new day. We're going to make new choices from today onwards. But take a look at your results up until yesterday because that tells you a true story about where your paradigm is at. You might love the results you've created up until yesterday. You might be frustrated by some of the results, but it should liberate you in knowing that you created that, positive or negative, based on your mental programming. And now you can make a decision and learn how to change the paradigm. And I'll teach you how to do that. So that should liberate you with the freedom and now responsibility that you take upon your own self of changing the paradigm to the one that you want. But first, we need to see what's already there. And the easiest way to identify what paradigms we have at play in the subconscious mind is to observe our current results. Make sense, everyone? Observe your current results. All right, excellent. I'm going to put on some music for you and you can take a look at this. Let me just get the music for you. Free writing, no editing. Analyze your current results and write them down. Awesome. Well done. Well done. You know, it's a powerful little exercise, that one. Sorry, let me just my screen back. Because we are always thinking about what we want next, right? We're thinking about our goals and the changes and the improvements we want to make, but it's actually thinking about where we are now that is the important work. To be able to transform where we are now, we need to know where the paradigm is at if we want to change it to the new paradigm. We've got to know what we're working with. So I want to congratulate every single one of you for lovingly looking upon your current results and starting to think, well, how did I create these results? The paradigm created these results. Whether I consciously or unconsciously, that's how I've created these results. So now you can liberate yourself and have the responsibility and the freedom to decide, well, if I created those results, good or bad, positive or negative, I also know that when I learn how to change it, I can create more of the results that you really want. And I'm going to help you and I'm going to show you and teach you how to do that. Okay, so turn over now to your paradigm shift. And this says here, and I want you to write this out. So on this page, I want you to take out your pen and I want you to write this out. Rather than permitting my paradigm to employ all of my spiritual power to hold me back or keep me where I am, I make this committed decision, regardless of how difficult it may be for a period of time. My paradigm shift is constant and certain. We're going to affirm this now. So just take out your pen, write it out, just quickly write it out, and affirm that statement to yourself. The reason why I'm getting you to write is because writing causes you to think. It causes you to focus and calm down. And as we get into thinking into results, as we get into that coaching, we write a lot because writing produces thoughts. Thoughts produce feelings. Feelings produce actions, and the new reaction with the environment, the law of cause and effect, produces new results. So I want to introduce you to the power of putting pen to paper now here in the masterclass so that you can see what we're talking about when we're talking about thoughts are energy. And when we begin to get involved with new energy and new thoughts and new energy and a new way of operating, we can cause ourselves to run up against the terror barrier. Now, that's only a threat if we don't understand what's happening, but I'm holding your hand and helping you to understand this so that you can continue to make those decisions and step through the terror barrier and say yes to your yes so that you can create the results that you want, which is why we want to affirm writing out now, taking a moment to write this out, rather than permitting my paradigm to employ all of my spiritual power to hold me back or keep me where I am. I make this committed decision, regardless of how difficult it may be for a period of time. My paradigm shift is constant and certain. You owe it to yourself to make a paradigm shift. Don't you agree? One life. Decide to upgrade and change. Even the best results, find ways of improving it. Allow yourself more, allow yourself the money, the time freedom, the amazing job, the amazing business, serving more clients, helping more people. We have a phenomenal goal within this company. And the only way we can reach the goal is by creating more service, helping more people, doing a better job for you. And that is a beautiful way to wake up every day knowing that's what we're going to work to do. So allow yourself the very best. Bob would always say, there's a great way to live, but there's always a better way to live. Allow yourself the very best. Now, write me done in the chat once you have written that out. Write me done in the chat once you have written that out, please. Very important little exercise here. Excellent. Write me done in the chat. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Write me done in the chat. Excellent, well done. Great. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write it out again. I want you to write it out again. And I want you to write it out with your opposite hand. I want you to write it with your non-dominant hand, your opposite hand. Yes, I'm serious. I want you to write it out with your opposite hand. Hopefully I've given you enough space. If not, feel free to use the back of the page. I want you to write it out again with your non-dominant hand. Some of you are not going to want to do this. Some of you are going to think, this is ridiculous. Do it anyway. I know what I'm talking about. I've earned millions of dollars making a paradigm shift. I've helped people all over the world do this. I've been mentored by the best of the best in Mr. Bob Proctor. Nothing I'm getting you to do, I haven't already done myself, tried, tested. It works. I'm teaching you a very important lesson about making a paradigm shift here. Write it out with your opposite hand. And when you have finished, I'll give you all a little bit more time for this one. I want you to write done with a 2 on the end of it. So you've done the second time round with the opposite hand. Rather than permitting my paradigm to employ all of my spiritual power to hold me back or keep me where I am, I make this committed decision regardless of how difficult it might be. For a period of time, my paradigm shift is constant and certain. Write it out again with your non-dominant hand. Pay attention to how it feels. Pay attention to the chat in your head, the little voice inside your head. Pay attention to the judgments that you're making of yourself as you write it out. Well done. Write done with the 2 after it when you've finished writing it out with your opposite or non-dominant hand. Excellent. Well done, Simone. Well done, Claire. Well done, Sarah. Well done, Sonia. Well done, Helen. Fiona, good work. Yes, that was tricky to do. Well done, Melinda. Stephanie says done. Can't read it, but it's done. Well done, Kelly. Yeah, Fiona says, I noticed I concentrated on the words more when I was writing. Rochelle says done. Well done, Rochelle. My writing is neater on opposite hand, but my hand is sore. Yeah, absolutely. All right, write done in the chat once you've completed that. Now, I want you to also start to pay attention, make some observations. You can put it in the chat of what that felt like. So some of you are saying that my hand feels sore, it feels tight. It's messy. It's really messy. So pay attention to, how you spoke to yourself in the process of doing that, what you noticed, what you felt, because that was a little paradigm shift. Yeah. Easy, effortless. It's automatic to write one way. When we stop and decide to do it another way, we have little judgments in our thoughts. We feel tense. It doesn't feel so easy. We're not very good at it. Hard to focus. Oh, just put the pen back in my other hand. Yeah, you'll notice little things like that, did you? Need to start with sore hand, got messy at the end. Absolutely. Yep, I'm so happy and grateful now that I did it. Well done, Jerry. That's so good. Absolutely. So strange that my brain was telling my hand which way to go, but it took some serious focus to decide how to do it. So you got to think about when we're creating change, the next level of our life, whether that's more money you want, an extra day a week at the home with the kids, you want to start a different lifestyle, booking different hotels. When we decide to change a paradigm, it can feel a lot like writing with our opposite hand. A little uncomfortable, a little scary. We're not very good at it. We're unsure. Should we? Shouldn't we? Maybe I'm okay. And so this is all normal and natural when we set about a paradigm shift. The important thing is that you surround yourself with accountability and support, that you stick with it, learning to change a paradigm. And I teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do that. And with that accountability and support, you can gather momentum. Would you agree with me that if you practice that for a while, you'd probably become pretty good writing with your opposite hand? I got a little story to tell you about that as the week goes on. So that is when we say the words, rather than permitting my paradigm to employ all of my spiritual power to hold me back or keep me where I am, I make this committed decision, regardless of how difficult it may be for a period of time. My paradigm shift is constant and certain. Some of you won't want to finish this week. Your paradigm will want to talk you out of showing up tomorrow. It'll feel like writing with your opposite hand. You will convince yourself that is the paradigm. That is the paradigm. It is not your inner being. Your inner being attracted you here because there is something here for you. Honor that, respect that, show up, do the work, take my advice, follow the suggestions that I make. Learn to master your mind, not honor the paradigm. Most people spend their entire life honoring their paradigm. Some of the good paradigms and some of the old paradigms, regardless, the paradigm is keeping you where you are now. And so I need to get you changing your paradigms so that you can succeed you can create that next level. All right, so what I want you to do today is I want you to take a photo of this. I want you to hold it here, take a selfie. Some of you won't even want to do that. The little paradigm will say, I don't do selfies. I don't post in Facebook groups. Do it anyway. We're having breakthroughs. So you're going to hold this up. You're going to take a photo and you're going to put it in the Succession of You Facebook group today. Okay, there we go. I love that, Amy. So I want you to take, and I want you to share it. So this paradigm shift with the opposite handwriting on it, I want you to take a photo and I want you to post it in the Succession of You Facebook group. That is your homework tonight. Take that photo and post it in the group. For some of you, that's going to be a terror barrier. For some of you, that's a little paradigm shift. For some of you, that's behaving in a way that you wouldn't usually. Get yourself in that Facebook group. This is all about learning to create a paradigm shift, because that is exactly what you need to do to discover and really live that next level of lifestyle and financial freedom. Everything is controlled by a paradigm, but I'm going to teach you how to change that paradigm. And it starts now, getting used to being uncomfortable, getting used to making new decisions, getting used to taking action that is new and different. We've got to exercise that muscle, because when it comes to big opportunities and possibilities that could change your life, We want you to feel empowered and confident, irrespective of whether it feels uncomfortable or you're in the terror barrier or not sure how it's all going to work out, that you do it anyway, because that's how you're going to get the breakthrough. All right, great work. Excellent. All right, so let's post that in the Facebook group tonight. As soon as you get off this call, do it straight away. And tonight, what I want you to do is I want you to analyze your time and money freedom paradigm. So I want you to really take a look at the next 2 pages in the workbook, and I want you to analyze your money paradigm and your time paradigm. How you earn money, how much money you earn, how you feel about money, how you would feel about changing or improving that paradigm. Is that an area you want to change? And then I also want you to look at your time paradigm. Okay, I want you to think about how you experience time in your day, what sort of days and weeks you have, what parts of it do you love, what parts of it do you want to change. And then I want you to look at your judgments, limitations, and possibilities. You may very well judge yourself for wanting more or wanting it to be different, or you might think that it's not possible for you or it's not the right time. I want you to just capture that and write it all down here, because we're going to use it tomorrow. All right. So put it all here and really do that homework tonight. And then obviously you can read through the rest of the workbook as well. There's just some general information there for you around how your mind works and how to begin to create the changes that you want. So just to recap, day 1 today has all been about looking at where you're at right now and really taking that magnifying glass and looking at your results and looking at the results that you want to change, you want to improve, you want to upgrade, and consenting, really giving yourself permission to do that. We started to look at what it feels like to create a paradigm shift, the focus that it takes, the dedication, overcoming the little voice that says, I don't want to do that activity. Some of you will not have done it. The paradigm will have mastered you in that moment. You will have been triggered or reacted to what I have said. You already don't want to show up tomorrow. I'm calling you out. You will be here tomorrow. You will do this and liberate yourself by becoming aware of how to change your paradigms, because that allows you to really discover that next level, release the judgments and the limitations and discover that next level. So your homework now is to post a photo of your opposite handwriting in the Facebook group like this. Post a photo, have that little breakthrough, put it in the Succession of You Facebook group, and then complete the 2 pages as homework tonight on your time and money paradigm. Identify what the paradigm is, look at your results, and then analyze your judgments, any internal judgments or limitations, and the possibility, what it could look like if you decided to change it. And then tomorrow we'll work on setting you up with the goal and the dream and looking at why we need to set goals in a certain way so that we can change the paradigm. They both work very closely together. And then, like I say, day 3 is a great day of real life stories and giving you the plan to follow to turn it into results. Excellent. All right. Well, we will see you back here for day 2. If there's anyone that you know that should be in this masterclass that you don't see here, please share the link with them. They can still register and join and capture the recording from today. I want to thank you so much for being so eager, able, and willing to invest in you. I want to congratulate you on doing the work, and I can't wait to see you back here for day 2 tomorrow. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.